What's up, my boys? It's your mother-loving Starboy, back at you with another Video Games Plus store walkthrough. So before we get into it, I just want to go over a couple of pickups that came in over the weekend, and the two that came in from Play Asia came after I'd already uploaded the video. And the games that I ordered from them were actually, it's one game that it was Creature in the Well for the Switch, and the CD soundtrack for the River City Showdown. So that came in today. The River City Showdown, that was just the music, pretty much the music CD. But I got that it was one of the cheaper deals from last week, and also, like I said, Creature in the Well for the OG Switch. And then also today, also today came in was Back 4 Blood, and that I got this off the storefront from here from Video Games Plus. And there's a couple other games that I ordered off of here that we're going to go over. I think that we're going to see here today as well. One was I had ordered last week, but that was after I uploaded the video, and that was Oblivion for the Switch 2, and that is a full-on card game. So yeah, so let's get into what they have for us this week. Let's see, let's go over to sales. And let's see. You know what? And I think what I'm going to try to do here. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do in stock so we don't have to sift through the out of stock inventory. So first page here, we got the 13. I think I went over this last week too. The 13 Sentinels for the Switch. I've heard really good stuff about this game. I remember seeing it as published by Atlas. I think, from what I've heard, it's a pretty decent title, and that's down to $22 there. And then over here you got Never Yield. That's the indie game, I think. That was published by Super Rare Games, coming at you for $28. Huh. AI, man, you can't get around seeing AI and stuff, can you? Alright, so Among the Sleep, another indie title here I've heard is pretty decent. Coming at you at $22 there, or right at 22. And for you Amiibo collectors, you got a 3-pack here for right at $25. So that's what, about eight and some change per Amiibo there. But yeah, get the Animal Crossing. And the Animal Crossing pack on sale there. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. That's down $10 for the Series X there. So there's still, of that series, there's still 2 more movies in this series that's supposed to come out. I think the series is supposed to end by 2035, if I remember seeing the highlights for that correctly. Yeah, you see here where I picked up the back for blood. That's what I was saying. So that just got delivered to me today. All right, so Battle of Rebels. That's $7 off, down to 28.25 for across the platforms there. Well, except for the PS4 version. The PS4 version is down to 2021. Let's see. Beholder 3 down to $14. Alright. Yeah, and it's always so weird to me too. It's just like most times it is like this with the Switch version being more expensive than the PS4 version. But once in a blue moon, you'll see a game that's like it'll be in reverse, where if it's not the same price, then once in a blue moon, the PS4 version will be more expensive than the Switch. But 9 times out of 10, this is the case that the Switch version is a little bit higher, just in general. $10 off Black Myth Wukong for the PS5. Heard pretty decent stuff about that game. Blazing Strike down to $42. This is the limited edition version for the PS5 here. Let's see what they tell you what they include. Oh yeah, here we go. So with this version, you'll be getting a art book and a double CD soundtrack and a set of collectible cards. So I like it when they do stuff like this too, because like when they do like an actual like art book and a CD soundtrack, I couldn't really, the cards I could take it or leave it, but the art book and the soundtrack kind of makes prices like this worth it. The $42 that definitely helps. And this is a TV show. This was based off a TV show from my childhood. I remember Carmen Sandiego, 40th Anniversary edition for the PS5. And I remember this was kind of like out of I want to say was it Nickelodeon? Yeah, but it was part of a pack of like shows that came together that I just remember watching it growing up, and I remember liking it. Now that's not to say the game's gonna be any good, but I did like the show. For you Castlevania fans out here, there's the DS game, $7 off. Series, oh wow. Let's see. Series X game down to Classic Artifacts, down to $7 here. Let's see. Have a little video on it. Let's see. Nope. All right, let you read through that for a little bit. All right, y'all can pause it if you want to read through the rest of it. Chicken Police, Painted Red. I heard pretty decent stuff about this game as well. I forget what publisher originally did this, but I've seen this pop up a couple of times. But it got really highly. You see, it got really highly rated, and I've heard pretty positive stuff about it. clock tower across the board, $10 off. It looks on everything. Yeah, $35 across the board. For the kiddos, Cocoa Melon down to $7. Collection of Mana down to $21. I know the Mana series, like I know that like that series tends to that's if you're into like, you know, the Mana games, that's a nice one to add to the collection, because I know that these tend to go up later on in the cycle of the whatever system it's on. CTR down to $21. It's the racing? Yeah, the Crash Team Racing. Code of Lamb. That was I need to get back into this. This was actually a pretty fun game right here. I got it on the Switch. Code of Lamb, but that's pretty decent game right there too. The original. Is this the original Crisis? Yeah, the original Crisis here for the Switch, $10 off on that. And Cuphead as well. Now both these down to $24 or $25 essentially. Dark Souls 2 down to $14 for the PS4. And it's looking like this is the, if I'm not mistaken, this is the complete version, or the latest version of Dead Cells. It has all the previous DLCs that came on, or that was supported in the game. So this is the last version of that, as far as I know. And for $21 off, I mean that's a pretty decent deal, and you get like a lot of content in there too. So if you're into like roguelikes, this is probably one of the better ones, or at least in my opinion, one of the better ones to jump into. Really fast paced and really well done. And I think I mentioned this before, but I remember it kind of had a I want to say the guy that created it, he had a little bit of a controversy. There was a little bit of a controversy when he first was getting it out, I think. But yeah, it's a really good roguelike. Demon Slayer down to $17. Or under 18. That's yeah, and for the PS5, down to 21 for the PS5 version, 17, well 18 for the PS4. Yeah, that's, and then like the whole series, they got it pretty heavily discounted here. Looks like the PS5 versions here down to 28 for this version right here, down to 36 for. Yeah, 36 essentially for number 2. Second, yeah, just got set. Man, that's a shame. Just got set. Yeah, because I know people, you know, for this series, I know people really have enjoyed, you know, getting into this series. Not particularly for me, but that's a shame. That's a game key card though. For this guy is 7. Another one for the kiddos here, the Disney Sum Festival for the Switch. Doom Eternal for the Series X down to $14. $10 off for Ender Magnolia, down to $20. $28, $28.25 actually. Oh, and this is another one that I picked up earlier today with the Endling Extinction is Forever. This one, I think this was down to, what was it? Was it down to, yeah, down to under $4 for that. Now, now the thing is usually I'm not going to be hopping too much on the on the Xbox game, but like when they're like that, when they're that cheap, yeah, I'll get them when they're like that heavily discounted. I'll you know, add the now hopefully that was physical, but yeah, when they're down to that cheap, I'll definitely hop on the bandwagon then. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Far Cry 6 down to $14. But yeah, I'm really gonna try to get you know, start building a little bit of a collection for like for across the board for all the systems now, because I have a feeling that like next generation, except for the Switch 2, I'm not gonna be getting too many. I'm not going to be getting too many more physical games after. Let me correct that. I will be getting physical games for this generation, for like the Series X, the PlayStation 5, and the Switch and the Switch 2. But as far as next generation, yeah, it's especially with the way prices is going. Yeah, I'm not going to be hopping into the systems, especially not the PS6. Xbox is following pursuit most likely. So yeah, so whatever we find the next like little couple years here, yeah, it's mainly going to be for the current generation of systems. Now here we have the horror bundles for Fear-Demic horror bundles for the PS5 and the Switch here. Almost $22 off. Down to under $30. Now this, if you're a horror fan, this is a pretty decent bundle here or pretty decent price for this bundle here, down to 28.25. And also the Final Fantasy 1 through 6. Now this originally, you see the prices was up to $70. In my mind, I was thinking it was $80 when it first released. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, in my mind it was $80. But definitely, if you're into Final Fantasy, I would definitely hop onto that. Because once these go out of print and they stop printing these, that's going to be something I think people are going to be looking for in the future. Could be wrong, but some tell me that's definitely going to be a hitter later on. Forgive me Father series discounted here across the board. For the people that are into Funko Pops, you'd have the Series X version down to 21 some change for the Funko Fusion. Now, this is a game that I've heard like mixed reviews on. It's not something I don't think I would pay full price for, but like for that price, yeah, I would hop on it for that price. You got Garfield Lasagna Party down to $21 here. This is another game. That I jumped into and grabbed. This is Genesis Noir, and this was a pretty decently discounted collector's edition here. You got a pretty you see the original price there, $113, and there was no way I was paying that. But you get but this collection, I'm not gonna lie, looks pretty fire. This is the first time that I've seen they've actually included like an actual watch with a collector's edition here. So in this collector's edition, you get an art book, physical copy. You know, obviously, you get the physical copy. And it's a shame that we have to mention that with these collector's editions now, because you know some of these other big boxes, you know, you just get a cone box for you get a cone box with you paying this price, and you're already getting this cone box. That does not make any sense. But the two-side poster, this little pendant here. Let's see, some art, sticker sheets, some art cards, postcard set. Yeah, you get a pretty decent amount of stuff here. And let's see, does it say anything about get an nail pen? Does it say anything about me? Do you get a CD in here? So unfortunately, no music CD with it, but this right here is pretty neat, because that's the first time I've seen them throwing out like actual watch with it. But if you're interested in it, down to $50, I think that's pretty decent discount that's a pretty decent price for this collection. Go through a couple more pages here, get to page 10, and we'll call it a day. For all you old school like rock band fans, here goes they got almost $25 off the Gibson guitar here. Harvest Moon knocked down to 17 for the 3DS. Well, let's see. Well, A New Beginning's down to 18, and then Tale of Two Towns is down to 22. So two different games there, and then the Harvest Moon knockoff down to 14. Police Simulator down to 20. Man, I can't believe it was that high. That seems kind of high for a simulator game. But at any rate, if you're into the simulator games, you got the Police Simulator down to 28 and a quarter. The HOA games down to $24 for the Switch. Now I've heard this is a really good indie title as well. Then you got your classic Hollow Knight down to 28, but and I think everybody pretty much knows about Hollow Knight. So, but I just want to feature HOA here. I've heard really decent stuff about HOA. It's really kind of it was kind of on the back end a little bit. I think kind of got lost in the sauce there. But this is a really decent, from what I've heard, a really decent indie title here. Another horror game for you horror fans out there, down to $24. Oh, 25. Yeah. Another another big box edition, really heavily discounted here. Let's see. So this is what you get in it. So you get the steelbook case, art book, acrylic sands, season pass, costume DLC pack. Now I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard like too much about this game, but if you're into if you're into the fighting games, this is a pretty decent price for this collection. Well, I'll say that considering what the price they have on the original price they have on here. But yeah, if you're into the fighting games, there goes Hunter x Hunter for you. Alright, is this patient? I think so. I still to this day, I'm still trying to figure out how in the ham sandwich this girl got her own video game. Now, the only reason why I even know who this girl is, JoJo Siwa, is there, like forever and a day ago, there was a client that I used to work with, and his sister used to do cheer, and I remember the sister was into watching the show called Dance Mom, which was kind of like, you know, one of those trash reality TV shows. And yeah, so they just followed like the cheer scene, and it was just, yeah, it was, whatever you think about the reality TV, yeah, it played right into it. So that's the only reason I even know who she is. But yeah, do what you will with that. Alright, let's see. Oh, LA Noir down to $28 there. Oh, Lemon Cake. This is I've heard pretty positive reviews on this game as well. This is a pretty decent indie title. Yeah, I've heard like I said, I've heard some pretty good stuff right here. I picked this up a while back ago. This is in my backlog. But I'm looking forward to, when I get around to it, I'm looking forward to getting into that at some point. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. Like I said, there was y'all saw a couple of purchases that I picked up a little bit earlier. I'll also have from here. I also have Oblivion. The remastered Oblivion coming in for the Switch too, and that one's supposed to be an all-on-cart game as well too. So anything for the Switch 2 that's all-on-cart, I will definitely support it, even if I already have it. Like I know Indiana Jones, I got Oblivion, I already had on the Xbox as well. But I'm definitely gonna support the third-party all-on-carts. I think Liza P. I ended up ordering Liza P. as well, and that was all on cart as well. So I'll definitely be supporting the physical versions. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Tell me what you end up picking up, if you end up picking up anything at all. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Starboy out.